You are cold. Always. The biting wind tears through your inadequate hide. Darkness descends, swift and absolute, an existential threat. Night is a predator, vast and unseen, filled with snarls and rustling. You huddle, muscle seizing, teeth chattering, vulnerable. Your clan shrinks from the edge of the known world, confined by the terror of the dark and the gnawing grip of the cold. Survival is a relentless, exhausting fight against elements you cannot comprehend. Food is scarce. Raw meat, ripped from a fresh kill, strains your teeth, your powerful jaws. Days are spent chewing, tearing, grinding fibrous plant matter. Your gut labors, an enormous energy sink, demanding constant fuel, digesting slowly, inefficiently. You are defined by hunger, by the constant ache of an unfulfilled belly. Energy is a finite resource, squandered on mastication, on digestion, on the sheer effort of staying warm. Your brain, the most metabolically expensive organ, struggles for resources. Then the world shifts. A distant lightning strike ignites a forest. Volcanic ash rains down, glowing embers scattering. A natural wildfire rages, uncontrollable, terrifying. You witness its destructive power. Trees explode, animals flee, incinerated. But something else happens. When the inferno passes, you approach the smoldering aftermath. A warmth emanates from the char. An unknown comfort. A source of light in the encroaching gloom. Fear battles curiosity. You see scorched carcasses. Perhaps a beast caught in the blaze. His flesh is different. Tender. Easily torn. You taste it. The flavor is alien, intense, satisfying. Cooked meat. It melts in your mouth. Chewing is effortless. Digestion seems quicker, lighter. This accidental gift. This new power. The challenge now is control. How do you capture this volatile force? How do you bring it back to your shelter, to your clan? You observe. You see embers glowing. You learn to transport them. A smoldering branch cradled carefully. Dry grass, catching the faint heat. This is the first step, fire tending. Precious, fragile cargo. The ember must be fed. You learn what fuels it. Dry leaves, twigs, bark. You become a guardian of the flame, a keeper of warmth and light. But natural fires are rare, unpredictable. You cannot wait for lightning. You need fire on demand. This is the true innovation. The transition from observer to creator. You experiment. Days, weeks, generations of trial and error. You rub sticks together. The friction generates heat. Persistent, repetitive motion. The hand drill. One stick spun rapidly against another, a hearth board. Your palms blister. Your muscles ache. Smoke, then a tiny spark, a glowing coal. It requires immense patience, precise technique. A delicate dance between pressure and speed. You discover other methods. Percussion. The striking of hard stones. Flint against pyrite. A sharp blow. A shower of sparks. These sparks, ephemeral, must fall onto tinder. Finely shredded bark, dry moss, fungus. The tinder smolders, a fragile ember. You cup it, gently blow, coaxing it to life. Tiny flame. Then, carefully, deliberately, you build it. Twigs, branches, logs. Fire born from your hands. This changes everything. Your days are longer. The fire banishes the absolute darkness, pushing back the unseen predators. Animals, once bold in the night, now shy from the flickering light. Warmth radiates, comforting your chilled bones, allowing you to conserve vital energy. The hearth becomes the center of your world. A social hub. A place for protection, for sharing, for planning. But the most profound transformation occurs when you consistently cook your food. Your diet expands dramatically. Roots, tubers, grains previously indigestible or toxic become edible. Meat, softened by heat, its proteins denatured, its connective tissues broken down, requires significantly less chewing. Your powerful masticatory muscles, honed over millennia for tearing raw sinew, begin to recede. Your jaws shrink. Your teeth become smaller, less robust. The massive chewing apparatus of your ancestors, the robust Australopithecine, starts its decline. Your gut, once a vast fermentation vat processing tough, fibrous raw foods, shrinks in proportion. Less energy is expended on digestion. This metabolic windfall is enormous. It frees up precious calories, vital glucose. Where does this surplus energy go? To the most demanding organ of all, your brain. With the advent of cooking, your brain, already growing, accelerates its expansion. It becomes larger, more complex, capable of abstract thought, memory, planning. This encephalization, this explosion in cranial capacity, is directly linked to the consistent availability of easily digestible, energy-dense cooked food. The archaeological record shows a clear correlation. The emergence of Homo erectus with its larger brain size, its more advanced Acheulean tools, its evidence of controlled fire and hearths at sites like Wonderwerk Cave or Gesher Benot Yuakov. Cooked food is safer. Heat kills parasites, bacteria. It detoxifies certain plants. You gain more nutrients from less food. Your energy efficiency skyrockets. Your foraging efforts become more productive. You have more time, more energy, more cognitive capacity. Fire also hardens tool points, clears land for hunting or settlement. It transforms raw materials. It is a tool, a weapon, a source of comfort, a beacon of community. The control of fire is not just a technological leap. It is an evolutionary reset. It reshapes your anatomy, shrinks your gut, expands your brain. It drives the divergence from your primate cousins. You are no longer just an animal reacting to its environment. You are a shaper of it. You command a force of nature. You gather around the hearth, sharing stories, sharing warmth, sharing the knowledge passed down. The flickering flames illuminate not just your faces, but the very origins of your culture, your intellect, your humanity. This is the moment you step out of the primal darkness. This is the genesis of civilization.